वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे.
This is the first occasion since the institution of the awards in 1978 that we are meeting, unfortunately, without Sri Ramakrishna Ji in our midst. The glorious tradition of philanthropy and constructive work, which were the distinguishing features of my grandfather, Pujya Jamnalal Ji, were inherited by his two sons, Kamal Nayan Ji and Ramakrishna Ji. Jamnalal Bajaj Foundation was set up in 1976 to further the cause of constructive work on Gandhian lines by instituting awards for recognizing and appreciating such work. It is a matter of satisfaction to all of us in the foundation that the Jamnalal Bajaj Awards have become a prestigious conferment because of the outstanding qualities of the awardees, the rigorous and impartial method of selection of the awardees, and the impact that it has created for the continued development of constructive work and the promotion of Gandhian values. In conclusion, I would like to express on behalf of the entire Bajaj Parivar our sincere and humble gratitude for having been given this opportunity to participate in this challenging and rewarding task of the transformation of our countryside and for the improvement of the quality of life of our people.
सुविख्यात स्वतंत्रता सेनानी एवं निस्वार्थ रचनात्मक कार्यकर्ता, विशेष रूप से छुआछूत उन्मूलन, हरिजन कल्याण, खादी, मद्य निषेध, मंदिर प्रवेश तथा ग्रामोद्योगों क्षेत्र में 92 वर्षीय श्री गोपाल स्वामी ने 1921 में गांधी जी के संपर्क में आने के बाद अपने आप को पूरी तरह गांधीवादी रचनात्मक कार्यों में लीन कर रखा है। 1934 में उन्होंने हरिजन सेवक संघ के तत्वावधान में हरिजन कार्य को पूर्णकालीन कार्य के रूप में अपनाया और उनके अथक प्रयासों के फलस्वरूप संघ हरिजन लड़के और लड़कियों के 30 छात्रावास स्थापित करने में सफल रहा। इन छात्रावासों में 2585 छात्र रह सकते हैं। आमदनी के अवसर मुहैया करवाने के लिए उन्होंने मिट्टी के बर्तन बनाना, मधुमक्खी पालन, कृषि, बुनाई, चटाई निर्माण, चमड़े की रंगाई और चमड़े के सामान का निर्माण जैसे ग्रामोद्योग के अनेक ग्रामीण केंद्रों का विकास किया।
I met Mahatma Ji in the early 20s and started work at his behest. I conducted a Khadi exhibition at Tiruchinnappally and could collect rupees 6,000 from an entrance fee of 1.5 per head. Acharya P.C. Ray opened the exhibition. Devdas Gandhi was sent by Gandhiji for Hindi propaganda and Rajaji's leadership. I took him lorry to my place Lalgudi and a person of rupees 500 was presented to him. Rajaji was my guru both in constructive and political work. I was elected Panchayat President of Lalgudi at my 22nd year. Improvements in the village done to some of my extent stiff opposition. So Dr. Anil Vasant was the next invite. I invited OMIA Lalgudi and they took, and those who took tea with her were ostracized. That was the situation when I took up this work.
Sri Agarwal was born in Haryana on the 16th of February 1960 and studied in his place for up to the day. After that, he emigrated to Karachi and looked after the business of rice milling and wheat milling. He stayed on in Karachi for 5 years after partition and then left for Calcutta. Because of his keen interest in rural development, he was associated with the Bharat Chamber of Commerce in Calcutta and selected the Rajampur and Kulpi block, about 65 miles from Calcutta, as a venue for a program to develop agriculture in that area. This was a one-crop area of traditional paddy of long duration and low yield. On account of lack of winter rains, cultivation in the second season was negligible, and senior officers of the Agricultural Department of West Bengal had practically written off this area as a black district. As an incentive to persuade farmers to take up improved agricultural technology, several programs were undertaken, and for 2 years, every effort was made to improve the economic conditions of the villagers by providing them with employment, such as tailoring, and the use of small irrigation pumps to improve the soil.
We have my chamber on my agriculture program, not on hospital or school, has spent only 3 lakh rupees in 10 years. We have not given donations, we have not given charity. We have made them to work. We have told them how to work. This, I think, any business house, as Murari Bhai appealed, and from that we took it over, that businessmen should adopt one village at least, business organization. So money is not the main need. The need is management, which all of us, good business houses, good business organizations have. I say in your own self-interest, because if they develop, it is us who will benefit. To them I say, please take up this development. The farmer needs only a small guidance, and you will benefit, he will benefit, and you will have. And it will be such a satisfying thing.
गांधी जी और विनोबा जी के विचारों और उपदेशों से प्रेरित होकर श्रीमती शांति देवी ने, जो इस समय 60 वर्ष की है, 17 वर्ष की उम्र में कॉलेज अध्ययन त्याग दिया। उसके बाद वे अपने पति श्री रतन दास के साथ कोरापुट आई, जो उड़ीसा के सबसे ज़्यादा पिछड़े हुए इलाकों में से एक है, और उन्होंने वहाँ के एक गांव संकल्पदार में 1953 में एक छोटा सा आश्रम खोला। गांव में कुष्ठ और संक्रामक सांदातिक त्वचा रोग योज का प्रकोप था। नियमित रूप से दवाई और टीके दिए जाने से पूरे गांव को संक्रामक रोगों से मुक्त कराने में श्रीमती शांति देवी सफल रही। योज की यातना से मुक्त हुए बच्चे नियमित आश्रमवासी बन गए। उन्होंने गीत, प्रार्थनाएं, पढ़ना, लिखना, स्वच्छता रखना आदि चीज़ें सीखी और उनमें जागृति भी आई। बाद में इन बच्चों ने स्कूलों में दाखिला लिया और बड़े होकर प्राथमिक स्कूलों में अध्यापक, कारखानों में श्रमिक तथा अच्छे खेतीहर बने।
With utmost humility, I am going to accept the honor bestowed upon me by Jamnalal Bajaj Foundation. I don't take it as a personal honor, but a honor to those who have inspired me and worked with me in this mission of serving the humanity. Our scriptures say that human birth is invaluable. To born as a man in India is a rare glory. Our land is a land of saints and savants. A lot of them have attained divinity through their dedications. They could be able to establish link with providence and even treated as incarnations of God. We are fortunate that we belong to the legacy of this great generation. It is our duty to follow their footsteps by dedicating ourselves to various causes of humanity. Our nation has seen the miracle done by a human being known as Mahatma Gandhi. He himself was a treasure of human virtues. He infused human values into the hearts of millions and commanded them to arm themselves in truth and non-violence and fight the battle of liberation. To him, the means are precious than the ends. He could make the entire nation rally around him and liberate our chained motherland.
An educationist by profession and a social work of eminence, 73-year-old Mrs. Kelong Bagos Hoka founded the Kaushal Vanita Foundation for the Welfare of Women and Children in 1951, of which
she was the president till 1969. She also founded the PTIP, an association in Bali to fight TB, of which she was the president from 1970 to 1976. Convinced after reading Gandhiji's autobiography in 1956 and delving into other Gandhian literature that Indonesia could make progress in peace and according to her own identity only by following Gandhian principles, she founded in 1970 the Bali Shanti Sena Foundation with the objective of promoting Gandhian ideals in Bali to start with and hoping to cover gradually the whole of Indonesia. Seminars, workshops and long weekends were spent with students for this purpose, and a Gandhi ashram was founded in 1976.
None of you here will disagree with me that there is a great need of spreading Gandhian values, especially in developing countries, most of which are in Asia. The Gandhian way of development leading to true freedom needs no elaboration before an audience so distinguished and informed and mostly composed of, if not followers, at least of persons sympathetic to and informed on the phenomenon Gandhi. The arms industry apart, it would not be out of place if I touch upon the greatest danger we, developing countries, are faced with. The danger I have in mind, as succinctly and aptly put by Gandhiji in his famous 7 social sins, namely the third item of these sins, that is commerce without morality.
Gandhi is a citizen of the world. He is a symbol of the age-old Indian ideal that the world is one family, Vasudhaiva Kudambakam. Indian patriots rightly call him the father of the nation. Historians hail him as the liberator of India. He is greater than his deeds and truer than his words. In my view, he was a real Mahatma, great soul, in the line of the great men and women who stood, fought and suffered for vindicating the moral and spiritual values against the forces of barbarism the world over. To a world dominated by what Aldous Huxley calls the false doctrine of totalitarian anthropocentrism and pernicious ideas of nationalistic pseudo-mysticism, Gandhi gave a new technique of spirituality in action. He was a unique blend of a mystic, apostle and prophet. He is verily the sage of the scientific age.
ये सेवा का पूजन है, जो पूजन नहीं मानते हैं उन सेवकों का यह पूजन है। आज समाज सेवा यह एक फैशन बन गई है। सभी लोग अपने को समाज सेवक तो मानते ही। मैं समाज सेवक जी को बोलने में कुछ गौरव भी मानते हैं, उसमें संदेह नहीं, लेकिन इस देश को, भगवान को और मानव्य को जो सेवा चाहिए, कुर्सी से सेवा और कुर्सी के लिए सेवा, ये दो बातें जाननी चाहिए। मुझे समाज की सेवा चाहिए इसलिए मुझे कुर्सी दो, यह एक मांग है। मुझे समाज की सेवा करनी कुर्सी से ही करनी है, कुर्सी दो। कुर्सी देकर और कुर्सी दिखाकर ये जो सेवा चल रही है, उस सेवा से मानव्य का उद्धार नहीं होगा। मानव्य का उद्धार तभी होगा ये जो कुर्सी के सत्ता के लिए सेवा, सत्ता मूलक सेवा और सत्ता से सेवा। मुझे सत्ता चाहिए, क्यों? मुझे आपकी सेवा करनी है, सेवा करने के लिए सत्ता नहीं चाहिए, प्यार चाहिए कंस्ट्रक्टिव वर्क करने के लिए। ये इन लोगों ने सभी ने दिखाया है। मुझे सत्ता चाहिए क्यों? मुझे सेवा करनी है। सत्ता से सेवा, और सत्ता होगी तभी सेवा। यह जब तक चलेगा तब तक कंस्ट्रक्टिव वर्क नहीं होगा।
The fact that our selection meets with public approval and that the awards have become prestigious is mainly due to your Vice Council. Our hearty thanks to you all. Thanks are also due to all the members of the Council of Advisors for their participation and guidance. Ever since the inception of the awards, Sri Ramakrishna Ji, the chairman, and the moving spirit behind the foundation has been guiding us. But for his vision, it would not have been possible to formulate the scheme of the awards and implement them so successfully. The passing away of such a personality, who formed a crucial link between the Gandhian era and the present generation, has left a great void. Sri Rahul Bajaj, as the chairman of the foundation, with his vigor and dynamism, as well as his astute leadership, will be directing the future activities of this foundation. And most important, I thank you all who year after year applaud these heroes who work tirelessly to wipe the tears of the less fortunate. Thank you.